And we're walking now towards the Green Square. We're going down the town. These people you can hear next to me now are screaming, obviously, chants of, "Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Come out if you're a man. Where are you?"
Which square are you heading towards?
I believe we're heading towards the Green Square. To be honest, nobody controls these people. You know, we just do what we want. But at the moment, there's no police, there's no army, there's no security forces. Everything's been blocked off by the protesters. And, you know, as we cross the town where apartment buildings are filled with people who live here, we are picking up people on the way. You know, everybody's been waiting for this, and it's finally happened.
Is it true that Mr. Gaddafi wants or is trying to impose a curfew in Tripoli?
Well, to be honest with you, nobody's listening to anything he says anymore. I mean, the son was supposed to come out and give a speech, and everybody said, you know, 42 years too late, mate. It's not going to happen now. We're not going to listen to you. You better make a move. And I've also been hearing a lot of rumors, and I can't confirm any of this, but a lot of rumors from, oh, it looks like the police are coming. But I've been hearing a lot of rumors from my friends in the Tunisian border, just telling me that the second man in charge has made a run for it, him and his family.
The second man in charge, what are you saying is second man in charge? You're hearing reports the second in charge in Libya has left the country.
Yeah, has run away. Now, this is what we're hearing. Again, I can't confirm anything. It's a friend of mine who works in the Tunisian border, and he said he's made a run for it to Tunis.
Which member of the family of the Gaddafi? Which son?
It's not the son, no. It's the second man in charge. He's been with Gaddafi since day one, and, well, you know, he made a run for it.
But it's still believed that Muammar Gaddafi is in Tripoli?
It's believed that it is. He is. He's also, you know, he's trying to, at the moment, we have within the protesters some people who are obviously pro-government, and once in a while you hear a rumor, and somebody would say, AlJazeera just said that Gaddafi has run away from Libya, and everybody thinks, okay, let's go home, and then they make calls and they find out they're, you know, it's just a marketing campaign or something just to make us go home. But, I mean, I don't think anybody's ready to go home. To be honest with you, these people are not after Gaddafi leaving. I think more than anything now they're after blood.
Okay, how are the protesters coordinating? Have you got any social networks, any internet working, anything?
No internet whatsoever. You can download your email if you have an inbox, an Outlook, but you have no internet. Skype was working, but I don't think that's working anymore. As I'm talking to you now, I'm looking left and looking right, and everybody's holding a sword, baseball bats, pieces of wood with nails in it, you know, bottles full of, what they call, benzene bottles or benzene bombs or what they call. And the city, which is now, what, 10:30, normally at this time of the night, it is completely jam-packed, but it's been empty since this morning. The people are coming from the other side. I see a lot of running going on right now. I don't know why they're running or where they're running to. All right, they see a car. Over the last couple of days, we've had cars with the president on it. And they just drive around town, the pro-Gaddafis. But I can tell you now, about 70, 80 people are gathered around one car just smashing it.
Right, well, we're going to come back to you later in the evening, so ring us back, will you, at the top of the hour or so, because we're going to sort of go to the headlines now. Thanks for joining us, and stay with us. Well, I'm Stephen Cole with the main headlines here on Al Jazeera. Just before we go to the British Foreign Secretary William Hague and what he's saying, we've just been hearing there is a march in Tripoli. There are also rumours of a curfew in Tripoli, and also rumours, unconfirmed, that a senior member of Muammar Gaddafi's regime has crossed the border out of Libya. Well, William Hague has urged Libya to open a dialogue with anti-government protesters and implement reforms. Anti-government protests are spreading across the country, and a curfew is there in Tripoli. That's what we're hearing. We can't confirm that yet. A government building was burning in the city of Benghazi as hundreds of people took to the streets. The US State Department has issued a statement saying it's concerned about the reports and images coming out of the country. America says it's raised a strong objection to the use of lethal force against peaceful demonstrations, with a number of Libyan officials, including the foreign minister. Hundreds of pro and anti-government protesters have clashed in the Yemeni capital Sana'a. And President Ali Abdullah Saleh says he's seeking a compromise with the protesters who are demanding that he step down. Again, the US is saying that Bahrain must carry out political reforms immediately. Hillary Clinton made the comments during an interview with an American news program. Meanwhile, protesters are still camped out with carpets in the Pearl Roundabout in the capital, Manama. James Bays is there. He says the protesters are not interested in dialogue with the government unless demands are met.
We want the government removed and we want the king out of here. That's the sort of feelings that we're getting here, the strength of opinion you're getting among the ordinary people. Now, the opposition politicians are saying that what they want first is some sort of commitment from the government, from the ruling family, that they're serious about making concessions, that they're serious about talking about constitutional reform. They say they haven't had that yet, and that's why, although there's this offer of dialogue, no one's actually sat down to talk about anything yet.
Well, we've just been hearing from one protester that most of the websites are down in Libya, but you can keep up to date with our website, aljazeera.net/English.
As geeks take on dictators,
we will resist until our dying breath.
bloggers turn dissidents,
Egyptians have set themselves on fire.
and social networks root for social justice, governments are going cyber,
We will ensure that these networks are secure.
spying on their citizens, erecting firewalls like iron curtains, and closing down websites. We ask, is cyber-generated change virtual or real? This is Impact. Hello and welcome to Empire, coming to you from the prestigious School of Journalism at Columbia University. Information is power. And in the age of information, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter have become the new weapons of mass mobilization, transforming entire societies from Iran, Tunisia, and Egypt through the favelas in Rio and Bethlehem refugee camps. People can see the difference, imagine the alternative, and organize for a better future.
After more than 2 decades of rule by
Tunisia's
one man,
revolution has
Zayn
marked its place in
al-Abidine Ben
history.
Ali, Tunisia is now a country in chaos.
But it didn't happen overnight. And weeks before the world's mainstream media woke up to the story, tweets, photos, and videos began popping up on the internet from Tunisia, warning of trouble to come. A fruit and vegetable seller from Sidi Bouzid had set himself on fire on December 18th, and suddenly, reactions on the Twitterverse were exploding. Following the hashtag Sidi Bouzid, I called up hundreds of photos and videos showing students protesting, police abuses, and sporadic gunfire.